What's up, humans, and welcome to a new Psicoactivo. It's a Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. If you're going out, don't drink and drive, but most of all, have fun. It's worth it. Trust me. Yeah, so it's time for a mommy update. And there's a lot of stuff happening in the behind the scenes. There are a couple of peer-reviewed papers. Know already a few weeks ago, the Peruvian Ministry of Culture took two mummies to a hospital in Ica to conduct a few X-rays, and the person who was like the X-ray expert at the hospital made a review of the results, and they claimed that the mummies are not fake or constructed. Those two, at least. And there's a lot of chatter going on behind the scenes. I am not part of the group from Mexico. This is a specific decision that I made because I want to do my own thing. Respect to anybody from there. I just don't want to be part of them. So that's why I'm trying to do my own thing with this channel, trying to report on this because I think it's important. Whatever those are, I think they are important. And based on some of the evidence that I've seen already, I think that they need to be investigated further. So there's a few things that I gotta tell you guys. One is that biologist Jose de la Cruz Rios just released the name of a congressman who's gonna lead the next hearing in Peru, which is where it really matters. I mean, the hearings in Mexico were important. If you ask me, both of them were not as serious as I wanted them to be. Because, for one, the first one was supposed to be just about safe aerospace, and then Jaime introduced the mummies. The second one had a rapper doing comedy hour during some hearing that was supposed to be serious. There are some parts of those hearings that I do respect and that I did like and I did enjoy. And there's people from those hearings who testified who I consider serious people, and I am giving them the respect they deserve. One of them is Dr. Piotti, as you might know. Another one is Dr. Salce Benitez. Another one is Thierry Jamon. And another one is pilot Julio Darwish. All of them already spoke to me on the channel. I've already spoken also to biologist Ricardo Rangel. And I spoke to Martina Chirica. And the first one I spoke to was Jaime. But that was like at the very beginning of this journey that I started. I hadn't even really kicked off the channel properly when I did that. The company where I recorded that interview allowed me to put that interview on my channel. They allowed me because it's their property. But this hearing in Peru is very important. I think that whatever happens on this hearing could be really historic because there is already chatter going on where these hearings are going to be announced, and biologist Jose de la Cruz Rios already revealed the name of the congressman who is going to lead the hearings. There's a text that he released with a preliminary document that is going to be sent to the Congress of the Republic of Peru by biologist Ricardo Rangel. This is about the authenticity and analysis of the DNA of both, I think it's Victoria and Maria. The congressman's name is Germán Adolfo Tacuri Valdivia. And I think it's very important that we see this and realize that there's already movement going on within politics in Peru. And also in the US, because as you guys know, Jaime linked up with Representative Burchett to send two of the bodies to the famous body farm in Tennessee. As we know, and I'm gonna leave a few links in the description so you guys can donate. Uh, Places from the Midwest and the north of the country were devastated by hurricanes, and the East Coast too. And people are going through a really hard time right now. So if you can help them before this channel today, and I'm gonna be doing this the whole week, that'd be really cool from you guys. I'm just gonna leave a few links in the description that are like official links where you can donate, so you can help people who were affected by these hurricanes. One of these places is Tennessee. So potentially the investigation of the bodies within the body farm is going to be delayed because of these hurricanes that hit these places in the US. But we can see how the uptick is going already and how serious people are taking these bodies. I know of someone who will make like a really big announcement, who is part of the UFO community. Very well known, very professional person. That is all I can say for now because I don't want to ruin it for them. But it's going to be a huge announcement, and it's going to be related to the mummies. And once that happens, a lot of people who don't want to pay attention to this are going to have to. And I want to tell you guys something. I've seen a lot of comments in the comment section criticizing me for covering this topic. And all I can tell you guys is just look at the videos that I'm trying to cover. I've been repeatedly saying that I don't know what these bodies are. I just think they need to be investigated because there's been so much obfuscation over the years. And some of your UFO heroes have slandered people who haven't investigated the mummies for years. And I'm sorry, but I don't think that is good faith behavior. If there's something that is worth being investigated, I think it needs the proper opportunity. And I think the people that didn't get the exclusive access at the beginning should have just like stayed away from the topic instead of trying to slander it, because the evidence keeps piling up against them. And if the hearings happen and these bodies are proven to be real, they're gonna be like in a really bad position where they're even gonna have to go public with an apology or something. And I'm not exaggerating. What I'm looking at right now, based on the chatter, is that there's a possibility that these bodies are strange. I mean that's for sure. But there's a possibility that these bodies are from here, but they are a different type of species that also happens to be humanoid. Saying that they came from outer space, there's no evidence to suggest or confirm that. There's also very little evidence. It's just assumption at this point that some of these bodies are hybrid. There's no evidence for that either, at least as far as I know. However, there is evidence that the tridactyl features are original and they weren't like constructed or anything like that. And the carbon dating is 100% confirmed. And there's just one little part that really startled me that I gotta show you guys, because this is a video from 1 year ago that I was just made aware of by my friend Gonzalo Chavez, who is also my collaborator. Shout out Gonzalo. He was like, have you seen this from Albert, who's one of the 60 centimeter bodies? It's from one of the implants. Albert has one implant on the hip level. And a microsurgeon took a closer look through an MRI machine of these implants. And they decided to run some test on it. And they use one of these devices that can identify waves It's radio waves, I believe, or some type of a signal. You know, the one that has like the little needle that moves when it detects a signal. And they passed this little device over Albert's hip. And I got to show you guys what I saw. And let me know what you think. But I got to show you guys. Here's the clip.
After concluding Maria's diagnosis, curiosity led this expert microsurgeon to examine the joints of the small tridactyl beings.
The joint looks congruent.
And is it harmonious? Yes. But it's a single piece. If it's harmonious, yes. Having Albert under physical analysis, it was decided to move on to a new type of tests. Researcher Giorgio Piacenza provided us with two devices for measurements. The first measured ionizing radiation, but it didn't register anything relevant. It's simply the normal that it always detects. There is always radiation in the environment. The second device was used to measure electromagnetic radiation, radio waves, and microwaves. This brought us an intriguing surprise. The sensor needle remained stable until it reached the hip area. At that moment, it seemed stable, as if it were detecting something. Right at the implant. Look, in the implant area. Yes, in the implant area. It's glowing and kind of pulsing. In any case, if you move it towards the face, it's jumping at the implant. As we have reported, the tridactyl known as Albert has a circular and flat implant on the skin of the hip. Samples were taken from this implant and Josefina's pectoral, and the Incari Institute of Cusco sent them to a major national laboratory to verify their metallic composition. Additionally, CT scans since 2017 revealed that these implants seem to emit some type of energy. The image analysis allowed us to discover that these metallic pieces are containers that have a symmetrical internal structure. This caught the attention of metallurgical engineers at the National University of Engineering, who immediately realized they were facing something new. This first experiment is very interesting. However, it is not conclusive and requires us to deepen the investigation of these implants with the participation of other experts. This research continues to provide clusters of scientific evidence and replicable results that are being confirmed even by academics from other countries. We will continue to report exclusively on this extraordinary research.
Okay, that really startled me. Although it's a video from 1 year ago, I don't think there's like a media outlet in English that has covered this yet. But even though Albert's body is no longer alive, if it was alive at one point, I keep telling you, I don't know if these are real, but even though this is not a living body right now, that implant is still emitting some type of pulsating signal. That immediately reminded me of those probe droids from Star Wars, which had some kind of a signal to transmit. So, you know where I'm getting at, right? That's kind of startling, isn't it? Or am I the only one who thinks this? What does this mean? I don't know. It is strange. Why is it transmitting a pulsating signal? Where is it transmitting it to? What does this mean? So, I thought you guys would find this interesting. I honestly don't know what it means. It's just troubling to me that one of these smaller bodies has an implant that is made of metal, generating some kind of pulsating signal. I know I'm repeating myself a little bit too much, but I was honestly shocked when I saw this, because I wasn't expecting something like that. And I want to hear your guys' thoughts. What do you think this is? Please let me know. And that's all I can say for now about these updates on the Nazca beings. Let me know what you think. What do you think is going to be presented at the hearings in Peru when they happen? As soon as they're announced, I'm going to be announcing them too. And let me know what you think about this video of the implant. What do you think it is? Put it in the comments. Start a discussion. I'll be there talking to all of you. And if you like the content you see, like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you can, if you want to get a notification of each video, you can hit the bell button too. That will let you know immediately when I post a video. If you want to support the channel in any other way, I'm going to ask you to please don't for at least this week. I'm going to leave a few links in the description for the Hurricane Support Center, where you can donate to the hurricane victims from many states in the East Coast and the Midwest who were affected by this. People need your help. So if you can, if you have a spare buck or whatever you can, please donate. And without further ado, I'll see you guys until the next video. Bye.